Morning peeps, good morning everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. I was at the Copper Box last night for Johnny Fischer versus Ade Gman 2. Incredible atmosphere. Honestly, incredible atmosphere. I feel like I've been saying that a lot recently with British fights, but it's true, right? Last week, Leewood at the Motor Point, I think there was like 8,000 or 9,000 in there. It sounded like 20 when he walked out. Eubank versus Ben, we're not going to forget that anytime soon. Ben Whittaker versus Liam Cameron. We've had a good run of fights where it's been sold out arenas or stadiums. I'm guessing the Hydro, Josh Taylor Echo Usman's going to be the same this coming Saturday. I mean, the British fight fans, I think, are the best. Honestly, maybe I'm a bit biased, but I've traveled the world. I think the Mexicans run him close, but British fight fans turn up. And it doesn't have to be world title fights. Like all those fights I've just mentioned, none of them world title fights. None of them, obviously Leewood's above British level, but none of them British title fights, right? But they still turn up. And I've always kind of wondered this, like, what connects fans to a certain fighter? There are certain world champions over here that struggle to push a ticket sometimes. But there's others that are not even British level and fight fans get behind them. Like, I mean, we can discuss Johnny Fischer. We're going to in a few moments. But again, Johnny Fischer's a good example of someone that, I mean, is Johnny British level? I guess he is British level, but he's not a British champion. I mean, he had 7,500 in there. 7,500. Honestly, it's incredible. We're looking for the next star, aren't we? And some will say it's because over here, I mean, it's football, and then maybe boxing's the second sport. And maybe you're right, compared to America, where boxing, I don't even know if boxing's a top 10 sport anymore. But still, the fact that British fight fans will turn up week after week after week. And I know for a fact there are some fight fans that have been to all those fights. Like they just literally follow where the next big fight is and turn up. Honestly, British fighters, I don't think they realize how lucky they are. Like if they can somehow get a fan base, I don't know how you do it. I don't know if it's sort of social media. I don't know if it's a good promoter, a good manager, your Sam Joneses of the world, for example. I don't know what it is, but if you can get the fans to follow you, they will follow you to the end. Like to the end. I mean, Leewood's a good example. Josh Warrington's a good example. Two fighters right at the end of their careers, but two fighters that can still sell out arenas. All right, let's talk about what we witnessed yesterday at the Copper Box, nicknamed the Copper Bosch. Last night, I don't know how many times Johnny Fischer is going to go back to there. We'll get to that right at the end. The commentators and Tony Bellew after said that Dave Allen was old manning Johnny Fischer. And I don't think they meant in age, right? I don't know how. I think Johnny's about 26. I think Dave might be a lot younger than people think, maybe 32, 33. They didn't mean in age. Obviously, they were meaning experience, right? He was out manning him just because Johnny just doesn't have the experience. And maybe that's what it came down to last night. Dave Allen, if you're not significantly above British level, Dave Allen will expose you. And I think he exposed Johnny Fischer. You know, one thing, as I was watching the fight, and I watched the first fight a couple of days ago, just to kind of remind me of how that fight played out, right? Because I was like, there was a lot of talk about maybe Johnny changing a few things up. And I remember watching the first fight thinking, you don't need to change that much. Like, you are who you are. We've seen sort of fighters who have they're very good at doing one thing. Sometimes just stick to that thing, right? Deontay Wilder sort of springs to mind as someone that was very aggressive, very front foot, and all of a sudden we saw him trying to box off the back foot. I'm like, well, what are you doing? Like that aggressiveness and that aggression and that front foot kind of way of fighting is what got you to be WBC champion. Don't change it now. It's too late. And I was watching Johnny thinking, you've always been the guy on the front foot, the bigger, the stronger, being a lot more aggressive, and that's kind of won you fights. And that's how it was in the first fight. And he only lost the first fight by a round in my eyes. Obviously, the record book suggests he won, but I think we all agree he lost. You don't need to change that much. And from the very first round, he was on the back foot. He landed a couple of good shots. I thought his jab was working well. But I'm thinking, well, this is going to be a long night if you're on the back foot against Dave Allen. It's going to be a long night because say what you want about Dave Allen's boxing ability, right, at the high level. At this level, Dave Allen's going to outbox you, and Dave Allen's just going to put you in a space and a place you don't want to be. Because if you're not dictating the pace and he is, you're going to be blowing out your fucking ass. And Johnny Fischer went back to the corner. Me and Tony were right next to each other. And we noticed, third round, Johnny Fischer was blowing out of his ass and was like, well, this is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough. And in the end, it got too tough. And he took some big shots, took a couple of really big body shots. It's funny because, that's not funny, but he was landing body shots, which I thought were very, very close to being low blows. In fact, I think all of them were kind of low blows. And Dave Allen sucked him up and then went to Johnny's body. Johnny didn't like it. And then he went up top. Very good finish from Dave Allen, the way in which he set up that shot. He went low, low, and then high with a hook. So because he's gone low and he realized that Johnny doesn't like those body shots, Johnny then put his arms low, exposed the right side of his face, and that was that. Honestly, it was a brutal finish and probably the best win of Dave Allen's career. Probably. I mean, what was the best win before? Lucas Brown. You know, you're going into someone's home patch. They're cheering you out. And I like that. I respected Johnny Fischer's fans a lot. No one hates Dave Allen, but ultimately Johnny Fischer's their guy. But they applauded Dave Allen into the ring. A lot of them did, and all of them applauded him when he got the victory, just because he knows he's the good guy of the sport, right? I mean, everyone loves Dave Allen. Again, some fighters just have a way of getting the fans behind him. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Like, I think fighters would love to know what it was so they could almost copy it. Because again, some fighters can't sell a ticket, and some fighters who have way more ability than Dave Allen can't shift a ticket. Strange. And then some fighters with less ability than Dave Allen got a massive fan base. It's very interesting. But yeah, look, Dave was just better. Honestly, just better. The extra weight was him saying, okay, this ain't getting points. I'm going to try and stop you. And obviously it proved to be good. A lot of people maybe got it wrong. I didn't do a video about his weight, but if I did, I would have probably said, what's he doing? Because he looked like he was out of shape. Let's be honest, he did, didn't he? I mean, the belly is a joke, but he just finds a way. Honestly, he finds a way. I spoke to Jamie Moore after, and Jamie said in the lead up to the first fight, he only had about 5 to 6 weeks to work with Dave Allen. And he said to Dave straight after the fight in the dressing room, he said, look, trust me, if they take the fight again, if the public demand it, which we did, and they agree to the rematch, look what you did in 5 to 6 weeks. Imagine what we can do in 10. So he said, look, go away, have a good Christmas with your family, stay in relatively good shape, and then let's get ready for the rematch. And they had a 10-week camp for this one, and they just knew exactly what to do. I mean, he sparred, I believe, Johnny Fischer a few rounds before in the past. He's now spent 10 rounds with him. They knew exactly what to do. Maybe Johnny Fischer's camp got it wrong with allowing Johnny Fischer to fight on the back foot. Maybe. I don't know. It's so easy to say. In hindsight, it's easy to say. But the aggression is what has got Johnny where Johnny's got to. Why try and change it up now? Again, you only lost that fight, in my eyes. The first fight was razor thin. You don't need to overhaul everything. But again, it's easy for me to say sitting here, isn't it? What next for Dave Allen? Maybe, and I said this on the broadcast, maybe the winner of Ade versus Jimmy TKV. Ade was ringside watching that. Ade, I tell you now, obviously a lot faster on his feet than Johnny Fischer. Maybe hits as hard, I'm not sure, but way more aggressive. I'm telling you now, he ain't fighting on the back foot. He'll be a bit more aggressive than Johnny Fischer. TKV is a good little matchup as well. Stylistically, pretty boring, I think, that fight. Ade versus Dave Allen will be a good one. For Johnny, not sure. Honestly, I have no idea what next. Look, the heavyweight division is one of those divisions where all you do is you get a couple of good knockouts and you're kind of back, aren't you? I think we've seen that in recent times. But the bigger issue here is, like, there's one thing. There's one thing if you are world level or even European level and you lose a couple. So then it's kind of easy. You know what step to take back to go back. So if you're world level, you drop a couple of steps to European level, then you're back to world level. Joseph Parker is a great example of that. When he lost to Joe Joyce, a couple of steps back, and now bang. Daniel Dubois, a couple of steps back, bang. It's kind of easy. We've seen so many people do it. If you're Johnny Fischer, I mean, what was the English level? British level? Now what do you do? And not only that, but you've got to recover mentally from that knockout now. It's not easy. That's not going to be easy to recover from. Yeah, defeat like that, getting sort of stretchered like that. I don't know, man. I don't know what he does. I think he will come back. He's young. I think there's a lot to work on, which is good. Imagine thinking you're the finished article and getting starched like that. When you know there's loads to work on. But it's about him. It's all about his hunger and his desire. That was a bad knockout. That was a very, very bad knockout. The first knockdown as well wasn't great, but the finish was pretty bad. And you know what doesn't help him? That Dave Allen doesn't think Dave Allen's anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, if Dave Allen thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm ready to challenge guys for the world title, then it's okay. You got beat by a guy that thinks he's world level. Dave Allen doesn't think he's much, so that doesn't help. But I think he'll be back. I think he's got a great fan base that'll always get behind him. And ultimately, if you can shift a few tickets, Eddie will help promote you. You'll get your fights. And then we'll see what happens. On the undercard, a couple of interesting fights. George Liddard looked really good, didn't he? Something about him. Looks like his punch output is I like the way in which he doesn't rush his work. Almost like a bit of a silent assassin. Has a look and then picks his shots. They're trying to make the fight with Kieran Conway. Having seen those guys back to back now, Conway looks so much bigger. Like, considerably bigger. I mean, look, obviously, size doesn't count for everything, but it counts for something. And that's a big step up. Like, Conway's actually above British level. Look at what he's done in his career. He's above it. I don't know. I do wonder if Conway would think, oh, I kind of want something else. I'm British and Commonwealth champion. I've ticked that box now. Let me go and really go for it. Conway's only 29. It's almost a weird fight. Like, for Liddard, it's a great matchup, great fight, right? For Conway, it's like, why do I want to do that? So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he does. On the night, Jack Catterall versus Harlem Eubank was announced, confirmed July 5th in Manchester, 147 pounds. Forget the weight in this one. The weight almost doesn't matter. Jack just wants to stay busy, which is good. Remember, Jack had a period where he was out for so long, didn't fight. Now he wants to stay busy, and I like that. I think that's good. Big step up for Harlem Eubank. Big step up. I mean, let's not forget, Harlem Eubank did a face-off with Adam Azim. They're going to get it going at 140. Adam Azim, a good European, British level fighter. Jack Catterall's a world level 140 pounder. And that's what Harlem Eubank is as well, really, 140. That's why I say the weight doesn't matter. No one's got an advantage at this weight class. It's just, let's fight at 147, fuck it. You'd have to favour Catterall pretty big here. Catterall needs to do something here. Catterall needs to step on the pedal very quickly. Like, I feel like Catterall is sometimes going through the motions in fights. I almost want to see him be aggressive straight from the first bell, and let's see what he can do. I mean, if he is impressive, maybe he stays at 147. Obviously, Josh Taylor's fighting Eko Usman. Maybe they go straight for that one. Maybe. Matchroom targeting Dave Allen, Johnny Fischer 3 in 2026. Don't know about that. I mean, when someone does that to you, I mean, yeah, record book says it's one apiece, but let's be honest, every man in his dog fought. Dave Allen won the first one. He's now won the second one by knockout. I mean, Johnny's going to have to do a lot to get back in that picture to fight Dave Allen. Sergio Boychuk outpoints Mikhail Fox in Los Angeles. This Mikhail Fox has just been... Everyone's had a go at him, ain't they? Bloody hell. I haven't seen the fight, so there's no point in me talking about it. I'm not going to talk about Manny Pacquiao. There's something over here about Manny Pacquiao. We certainly ain't talking about that. All right, I think that's kind of it. John Pascal versus Mikhail Shislak, official for June 28th in Quebec, Canada. John Pascal still going for it. Now, John Pascal must be, I'm going to guess and say 42, 43, maybe slightly older. Remember when John Pascal fought Carl Froch, 42? Still in incredible shape, but bloody hell, John Pascal still going for it. It's crazy. Frank Sanchez, Philip Hergovich, purse bid delayed, 1 week, extension granted. You know what it is about that fight? I don't know how many people... The purse bids are going to be so low, I'm telling you. Like, it's a good fight because of where they both are. Both of these guys clearly top 10 heavyweights. But it's a boring fight, innit? Fuck it now. Yeah, I'm telling you now, the bidding on that's going to be low. Very, very low. I wonder if both are trying to like look for other options. Like, guys, should we just go elsewhere and have fun fights that make us a bit more money? Maybe every time it's delayed, that's kind of the reasoning behind it. So we'll see how that one plays out. All right, guys, girls.